the word barren, what connotation does it have when we hear the word? Yes, yes. But what if it is, yes, both of you are right. When people hear the term barren, they think about no longer able to have children or unfruitful. But what if barren means the opposite? What if barren is the opposite? What if barren, it means to be infinitely connected to the potential and just not manifesting it in time? So this is why the Bible is writing V'Sara Akara, and Sarah is barren, no was, is at this moment, because Sarah in a way symbolizes or stands for the connection to the infinite, the connection to this infinite potential with the source. So, and Sarah is barren, V'Sara Akara. Yes, very well, Cindy. Similar to the idea of virgin, very well. V'Sara Akara, and Sarah is barren, En la valad, En la. She has no child. This is the meaning. There is no manifestation in time. And Sarah is barren, meaning is the infinite source or connected to infinite possibilities. En la valad has no child, has not manifested in time and space. Is this simple to understand? This kind of reading of the verse is the first time you hear it. Please, you can participate. I shall be glad to hear your voices. So barren, yes, Jill. Please.
Sorry, I was gonna just say something. Yeah, this is the first time that I have heard it, and it is very interesting.
Yes, so barren is like full potential. It means full potential, infinite potential, infinite fruitful potential, which is not yet manifested. So barren in this case is not a negative term, but this is what there is. And Sarah is barren. And the infinite, we could say in the same manner, and infinite is barren. Because for infinite, there is not going out to the matrix of space and time. This is why the lore, or many, many lores, are repeating on this idea that she has no womb. Probably you have read or heard it before that why was she barren in the lore? Because she had no womb. It's not physically womb, the organ. I would like us to understand the inner reading of the text. It's not about private woman. It's not about historical woman. It's not about the ladies who have, let's say, trouble or difficulties of having children or conceive. This is a completely different reading of the text. Is it understood? This is the frame, in a way, of the conversation. This is not a reading of a private case. This is not a description of a life of a lady. This is what life is about. The infinite is barren. The whole possibilities or all possible options are just there in the source, but not yet being manifested. This is what it means. Because usually the tendency is to read it as, oh, miserable lady, she was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Everybody around her were conceiving or bearing children, and she has not. Therefore, therefore she is a miserable one. But it's not about Sarah. It's about the infinite as a source. The source has infinite options in it all the time. Once one of them is going out, there will be appearance or manifestation in space and time. Yes? And Sarah, to oppose to what people tend to think, is not miserable, and Sarah is not unhappy or lonely, because everything is open. Again, it's not about Sarah, it's about the wisdom. The wisdom is stored in the potential of everything. So wisdom is happy. It's not that the Bible does not say, let's say, and Sarah is barren, she is very sad. The opposite is when Abraham is informed or being told that he will have a son next year, he's already being informed with the name that this child will have. Isn't it so? And the name of the child is not he shall be sad, but he shall laugh. It's Isaac. Yitzchak, he shall laugh. Because in the source, everything is a laughter. There is no seriousness of or mourning and weeping and crying. All of those sentiments or behavior is just an expression of time. Therefore, and Sarah is barren. She has no child. But there is not, how do you say, the Bible does not proceed and say that she is sad and she is depressed and she is tearing her hair. This is all of those additional, let's say, takes on the verse is just what people invent. This is not what the Bible writes. And the proof is the name of the child that will be born when she's 90. Because for the infinite, for the potential, everything is like what? A laugh, a game, a joke, a joy. Any questions? So barrenness, yes, Yanis. In the case of Rachel, she said she would die. Yes, 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 yes. Because Rachel, in a way, stands for the tree of knowledge. Yes, that's right. Yes. This is the voice, so to speak, of reason. The value of Rachel is 238. Yes? Yes. Yes. Yeah, Cindy, thinking about the idea of names giving meaning to circumstances, like in Hannah's case too. Yes. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. In case of Rachel, she's symbolizing the tree of knowledge. And the first hunch or the guts of Jacob is to ask her hand first, the tree of knowledge, because the story or what happens between Jacob and Rachel. This fatal attraction is not so much about between Jacob and Rachel. This is, in a way, a later addition of the story of the garden. This attraction to taste or to eat from the tree of knowledge. So the relations between them is the story of the garden. The relation between Jacob and Rachel are a later addition of the relations between Adam and Eve. So he wants to marry her. She's beautiful to look at. The description that the Bible gives about Rachel is the same description, the same words in Hebrew that are appearing in describing the tree of knowledge. It's the same description, the same words. So Jacob wants to marry Rachel, but there is interference, and Leah is put in front of her under the veil, and she is his first wife, so to speak. And Leah represents tree of life. First, life, and then knowledge. Good morning, Rodrigo. We were speaking about the verse, and Sarah is barren. We expanded about it. Yes, that the barrenness of Sarah is not from sorrow or not being able to have children or conceive. It's just a description of wisdom in the source. Stores as a potential. And Sarah is barren. In Hebrew, it is written in present form, not in the past like in English, and I believe in other languages as well. It is written in Hebrew, in this moment, to say that, in a way, potential holds all possibilities which are not conceived yet. So being barren is not a sad thing, as people might, let's say, think. It is a very happy moment. Therefore, the child, yes, yes, yes. We could say that even a seed is going out because we can recognize the form of a seed, but before there's a seed, before there's a seed. Yes, therefore the name of the child is also expresses happiness. Yitzchak, he shall laugh. There's a joy, there's a game, there's a playfulness. In the potential, everything is possible. Sarah is not a sad lady as people, because this is how people, when people usually are reading the Bible, they do a self-reflection. And they think that the Bible speaks about them as private people. So if a lady does not have children or she is barren, she's probably very sad or depressed. But it is not so. Sarah is not sad nor depressed. On the contrary, she's just laughing. She's laughing all the time because she's being amused from the infinite possibilities. Yes? So this is completely not a sad story. And barrenness is not like, let's say, the bit of faith. As people tend to think, oh, those miserable people have no children, and so, of course not. This is how people make out of it. But it's not what is written. Questions? May, I would like to read you a text. I hope that I will be able to find it because this is under, let's say, construction. At the moment, I'd like to read you a text. The name of the text And because at the moment I might be reading a few sentences, and please write questions, or if you don't hear well, because I'm just reading the text, so I cannot read the text and see what is being written at the moment. I would like to read the text from the book of Zohar for us all. 1 second, let's see. The title is Beautiful Maiden Who Has No Eyes. Now, what is a beautiful maiden who has no eyes, whose body is both hidden and revealed, who appears in the morning and is concealed by the day's end, who adorns herself with ornaments that are not? This is the riddle that appears in the book of Zohar, in Parashat Mishpatim portion. Did you hear the text, or shall I read it again? This is a riddle, and did you hear it first time? Yes. Is there a need to read it again? It's an open riddle, and try to connect to what we say before, because those things are connected, and I would like that you will participate, because those conversations are the source of the next book. So I would like you to participate too. So let's read again. Yes. The title of the chapter, Beautiful Maiden Who Has No Eyes. And so says the riddle. What is a beautiful maiden who has no eyes, whose body is both hidden and revealed, who appears in the morning and is concealed by the day's ends, who adorns herself with ornaments that are not? Now, the question is simple. You can unmute and speak, and we can ask more questions to open, so to speak, the riddle. It's not simple because it's not rational. This is it's not a logical question. It has nothing to do with logic. So, yes, my mind, yes, again. Okay, so who would like to speak, to unmute, and let's speak about it? Yes, Rodrigo?
Hello, Etty. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Good morning. How do you do?
Oh, I'm fine, Etty. Thank you very much. It's nice to hear from you and be here with our friends Yanis, Abigail, Luke, and Cindy. Hello, everyone. Today it's a very hot day here in Brazil, but how can I say we are very, very happy here. It's a very beautiful time.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
Etty, about your test that you read to us, mm, seems to me that is something which is at the same time concealed and revealed in this thin line. How can I say? It's something that exists, but it's not perceptible to everyone. It's necessary some effort to recognize, to identify, to to see it. It's something not so. How can I say? So evident, so obvious, something like that, just to share these ideas.
Correct. It's correct. And also, Abigail, thank you for your comment. Yes, what is a beautiful maiden who has no eyes? But before we even approach to answer this weird query question, I have a sub question to you. What would you do, or feel, or think if you would see a maiden, physically maiden, a lady that has no eyes at all? What would be your comment to it? If you would see someone walks on the street, just to, I would, I'm presenting the case just to negate it. So don't be afraid from those questions. They're just to open it. What would you do for your comments if you would see a lady walking leisurely during the day with no eyes? Yes? So Rodrigo says, I will be sorrow because she cannot see. I feel the sorrow because she cannot see. And Cindy, I would think it's strange if she literally had no eyes. So Rodrigo would be sad, and Cindy would think it is or would be strange. Why? We can understand the sentiment already. Oh, miserable, she cannot see. But why would you feel Cindy strange if she had no eyes? What are eyes? Yes? Yes, Luke is saying something out of this world. If there's no holes for the eyes, just skin, totally weird. Yes. And Abigail is writing, I will stare in amazement. Why? What kind of relation do we have to the eyes? What are the eyes, human eyes, let's say, or animals' eyes, connection to the world? Yes. Yes, connection to the world. Now, we tend to believe, and this is the interesting thing, to see duality. Yes, Abigail. We tend to believe. What is our tendency to believe regarding the eyes? What I say tendency because this is the tendency. It's not really real. Yes? Yes. What we see is real. It's the main sense. We are different. Yes. The question is simple. What do we tend to believe or to relate to the eyes? We believe or tend to think that the eye is the organ of seeing. Isn't that so? Aren't we tend to believe that the organ called eye, and I mean E, yes, in English, we tend to believe that the eye is the organ through which seeing is possible, don't we? Don't we believe? Yes? Or we tend to believe that the organ is, yes, we tend to believe so. And since we tend to believe that this organ itself, by itself, this is how we believe, is tend to see. This is how we believe. We are convinced that the organs by itself is capable of seeing. It's an entity. The eyes are entities. We believe. Now the question is, what would we say, feel, think if we would see again a lady or a maiden without eyes? Because we tend to believe that the eyes are the source of seeing or the organ through which seeing is happening. So, if something or someone like that would walk, we would say this one is incapable of seeing because the organ in which we usually tend to think that we are seeing is missing. Isn't that so? Seeing, guess what? And here is what the Zohar is trying to say, not just the Zohar, this is all wisdom is trying to tell us. Seeing capable or seeing is happening outside or regardless of eyes. Again. Yes, Luke? Yes? Would you like to speak, Luke? Yes, Luke is writing reminds me when I was a kid playing guitar in my room, I would think if I had to choose to have my vision or my hearing, I would choose my hearing over my vision. More important to me, but grateful for having, yes. 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 Because when the eyes are open, now I move to another topic, because when the eyes are open, focus go outside. When the eyes, if we close our eyes, yes, attention is going inside. Because outside nothing is happening. Now, we convinced to believe that what seeing, again, what is seeing is the eyes, the organs. But this is not the case. What is seeing is not the eyes. What is hearing, and now I expand, is not the ears. So let's go back to the Zohar and its riddle. What is a beautiful maiden that does not have eyes? And please connect to the former story, and Sarah is barren. What is a beautiful, let's approach the first part of the riddle. What is a beautiful maiden without or that has no eyes? Do we speak about physical person, a physical entity? Is it about a maiden, a young woman, a lady? What is it about? You're close, Cindy. You're close. Yes. Cindy is writing the soul question mark. A beautiful maiden that has no eyes. This is wisdom. Or the soul, you could say. Yes. Philosophia. Philosophia, philosophy. Wisdom. Sophia also is the name of a girl. A lady. Yes. Yes, Jill. Yes, a beautiful maiden that has no eyes, has no organs to see. Why? Why she has no organs to see? Let's think. When we have organs, or when organs are being crystallized, that we shall have an organ, where does it have to come through first? So this beautiful maiden, yes, 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 I see, I see. This beautiful maiden has no eyes. Yes. She doesn't belong to this world, you say, Rodrigo and Cindy. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful, beautiful. She doesn't have eyes because she's not from here. Now let's go one step forward. To have an organ called eye, what what process has to go through that we shall have any kind of organ? Yes, excellent, Cindy. Excellent. Excellent. So to have organ, first something has to happen called conception of birth. But this lady has no eyes. She has no organs, meaning she was never manifested in time. Interesting. This is only the beginning of the riddle. Now let's continue and see what is the next part of the riddle. What is a beautiful maiden who has no eyes, whose body is both hidden and revealed? This is the second part. Shall I stop here or shall I continue? Yes, the second part, whose body is both hidden and revealed. Whose body is both hidden and revealed. What is the second part? Let's connect to the first part. So, who is a maiden that has no eyes? First of all, let's ground this. Who is a maiden that has no eyes? She's beautiful, by the way. A beautiful maiden. Now, I will write the word philosophy in Hebrew, and you will be able to see. Yes, philosophia, philosophy, philosophia. Yes, philosophia. This is philosophy. And those three letters, Fe, Yod, He, is also the end. It's like it means, Fe, Yod, He means also a fairy, but also Yafa. Yafa is beautiful. So this is philosophy of wisdom or the soul, where everything is possible. So who is a beautiful maiden that has no eyes, has no organs? This is the abstract wisdom or infinite in its root, that has no organs, but it's very beautiful because it has infinite, immense potential. Yes, Luke, how to get to Leah not having eyes? I thought she had soft eyes. Not no eyes. No, 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 no. This is just a suggestion that Abigail had. Now, yes, soft eyes is not to be. It's very close because not Rachel. Leah had soft eyes. She was not able to open her eyes. What it means. So, it is always in a way to live in the potential. This is the same idea. This is why she is being wed first to Jacob. The potential. not a manifestation. Yes. Yes, the lady is in. Yes, that's correct. Yes. Soft eyes, it means that are not to be open. There's many texts. We're just in the beginning. We're just in the beginning of it. This is amazing topic. If we want to dive into it, this is amazing topic. So, this beautiful maiden has no eyes, meaning has no organs, but there's a seeing. Seeing without looking. Again, there's seeing without seer. So, what is it about? The Zohar does not describe personal case. This is a description of life. The soul just seeing, or the soul is what is seeing. And what is seeing does not need organs, because organs would be like a veil or a fence. So the question, what does this imply? And how does this connect to Tohu Vavohu? This is a very, very interesting topic. Can sit and just gaze, not particularly looking into a specific object, just gazing. In a situation of gazing, there's only seeing which is happening. It is not John who sees a table. It is not Mary who looks at the flower. This is just seeing. There is no division. That John sees the table and Mary sees the flower. There is no division. There is only seeing, because we are not objects and what is being seen is not a subject. From this space comes the idea of beautiful maiden who has no eyes. Because seeing is happening through all of us. And seeing does not need eyes to see. The eyes, in a way, are just a barrier. They division, they divide. Do you understand? There is seeing without particular seer. There's only seeing. We can try this. Sitting and just there's seeing. There's no division. There is no division between the one who sits supposedly on a chair and sees the tree in the garden. There is no fences, no interference. There's just seeing. This is it. Seeing. There is no borders, walls, separation, interference. There's just seeing from the source. It's not from the source to somewhere, but because this would suggest source, beginning, and ending station. No, there's only seeing. There is no division. In this moment of seeing, there is no, in a way, personality. There is no name. We brought here a text of the sage and his guest Yara. There is no personality. There's only seeing. Because personality or identity would suggest a division. So there's only seeing. This is why there aren't any eyes. Because the organ which is called eyes belongs to a body that has to be conceived in time. It's a physical object, but we speak about seeing itself. That's right. That's right. Snow White. Yes, that's right. And very well. Very well, Cindy. Very well. So in seeing, there is no seer. There isn't any separation in seeing. Now, what does it mean, the second part of the riddle? Whose body is both hidden and revealed. There is a body, but it is both hidden and revealed. Which body is it? Is it a body of a person? No, that's correct. No. This is the body of wisdom. The body, so to speak, of infinite. So, sometimes we see there's a pop out of infinite and we see things like a new branch on a tree, a new leaf pops out, or spring, suddenly see many flowers are emerging. Yes? So her body, her potential is seen and not seen. Meaning, let's say in spring, there's everything pops out, so we are able of seeing things, but they change and disappear. So sometimes in the manifestation, we see things and then they appear and then they disappear. This is the body of wisdom, the body of wisdom. Sometimes we find the name soul for it, sometimes infinite, sometimes wisdom, sometimes philosophy. And let's continue with the third part of the riddle. Who appears in the morning and is concealed by the day ends. Who adorns herself with ornaments that are not. Again, who appears in the morning and is concealed by the day's end. Appears in the morning. Yes, yes, appears in the morning like the sun, and in a way disappears when the day ends. So it's like the sun. Yes, and what about the ornaments or the decoration? What is it about? Let's read again. Who adorns herself with ornaments that are not. Again, who adorns herself with ornaments that are not. Who adorns or decorates herself Yes, with decorations that are not. What is this word? Word, yes, decoration or adores herself. What is it about? Again, let's read again. Who adorns herself with ornaments that are not. When people decorate themselves or adorns themselves, they wear a necklace, a ring, a bracelet with objects, so to speak. Excellent, Cindy. Excellent. Ornaments, yes. Ornaments that are not made so they cannot be lost or stolen or destroyed. Because, yes, because they're not of this world. Yes, that's correct. Ornaments that are not. There is no concept here. Ornaments is basically referring to concepts. No concept. This is ornament. The ornament here, equivalent concept. No concept can hold life. This is why she is decorating herself with ornaments that are not, because we can only express unicity by negation. Yes, no concept whatsoever can hold or contain life. Religion, any kind of religion, any kind of ideology, those are concepts. All of these are concepts. And none of them can hold life. This is why she's decorating herself. Yes, with ornaments that are not capable of holding life. Is it understood? Good. Any questions that you'd like to ask? Jill, I can only find myself thinking of who we are when we are asleep. The part of us that exists outside of this body. You're not outside, but yeah. Yes. It is beautiful to be here with you and to be able to speak about those things with you, those ideas. Thank you so much for being here with us today. Yes, look, I think of having a get together with friends, family, and blindfold a while to see where conversation goes. Yeah. So, who is a beautiful maiden that doesn't have eyes? Who is she? Who is she? Yes. Wisdom of soul. Yes, very well. Very well. Thank you so much for being with us today. Wishing you a very good week, beautiful season, and see you soon on Thursday. Toda and shalom.